So welcome to the class again, and in this we are going to do money creation by commercial banks or credit creation by commercial banks. Where yeah, you're right. Commercial banks do not issue notes, but it does help in creating a money supply. How? Because every deposit or every loan creates a deposit, and with that comes what is known as credit creation of commercial banks. So formula is simply initial deposit into the money multiplier, that is 1 upon legal reserve ratio. Legal reserve ratio is something that legally every commercial bank has to keep a certain amount of percentage in cash with itself, which is known as SLR, or has to keep it with a central bank, that is CRR. So it's very interesting. You will learn it with the help of this particular table, in which so this is illustrated with this the process of money creation by banks can be illustrated with this example. And commercial banks are an important source of money supply in an economy. And how do they? They add to the money supply by creating demand deposits. So money creation is the process of expansion of credit through derivative deposits. It is also known as deposit creation or credit creation. And money creation by these commercial banks is determined by these two important aspects. One is the amount of initial deposits or primary deposits, and second by the legal reserve ratio. Okay, so there are two components of the legal reserve ratio. One is the SLR, that is the statutory liquidity ratio, that is the fraction of deposits which the banks are required to keep as cash within the bank itself. And the other component is cash reserve ratio, the fraction of deposits the banks are required to keep with the central bank. In our case, it's the Reserve Bank of India. So this is sometimes the multiplier is also known as money multiplier. It also is known as a deposit multiplier. It is equal to 1 upon LRR. LRR again is legal reserve ratio. Now looking at this particular table, one notices that there are several rounds in which money creation takes place. But the rounds depend upon the multiplier. That is a credit multiplier, the money multiplier. And this is based on the geometric progression. The numericals based on that. That's the idea. That means as the rounds keep going, the deposits get smaller and smaller and smaller till they are merged. So let's just work on it. Suppose now we are talking about this working of the deposit multiplier or whatever. Suppose the new deposits of 1,000 are made in banks, and let the LRR, that is legal reserve ratio, be 20%. Let us assume that banks keep only 20% of the deposits as cash and no more. It means that banks keep only rupees 200 as cash reserve and lend the remaining amount. So 1000 minus 200 is 800. So it loans that much. So now this is important. Lending means that the bank creates deposits of rupees 800 in the names of the borrowers. So they create deposit. They don't give a cash. They don't give cash in their hands, but they create a deposit in their name for rupees 800. That is the important thing to note. So lending means that the banks create deposit of rupees 800 in the names of borrowers. This is the first round creation, and equals 80% of the initial deposit. Now suppose borrowers withdraw the entire amount of loan and spend the same on the goods and services needed for investment and consumption. It means that the sellers of these goods and services receive rupees 800 of revenue and deposit the same in their respective bank accounts. Now the bank gets new deposits. Out of that they keep 20%, and that is rupees 160 as cash, and lend the remaining, that is rupees 640. This is the second round increase. It is 80% of the previous round increase. In the same manner as above, the third round creation of deposit will be 80% of 640, which is 512, that is rupees. Like these creations in each of the further round will be 80% of the previous round. In each round the increase becomes smaller and smaller. Like for example, if you take 515 will be the third round. So again, what would be the cash reserve? That is 20%, that will be 102.4. And the loans, again, loaned out will be 409.6, and so on. And this is how it keeps on going. So we notice that in each round, the increase becomes smaller and smaller, and ultimately it becomes virtually zero. So that's important. The sum total. So okay, before we go on to these rounds, now let's just find out what is the deposit multiplier. So the deposit multiplier is, if it is 20%, then what is it in decimal forms? What will it be? Suppose LRR, suppose what? It is given as 20% LRR. So in decimal forms it will be 0.2. Then what will be the deposit multiplier? 1 upon 0.2. So when you take off the decimal, you get 10 divided by 2. That is 5. So the deposit multiplier is 5. So even before we work out all the rounds, you know that the deposits will increase by 5 times over. That is how. That means 1000 into 5 will become 5000. And what will be the cash reserves? 20% of that. So what is 20% of 5000? Yes, it is 1000. Okay, so this is how. So the sum total of all deposits will ultimately be rupees 5000, that is 5 times the initial deposit. The working of the deposit creation, also called money creation or credit creation process, can be summed up in the following table. And it becomes very important for you to learn up any of the table. And it's not exactly learning up. If you just do the table, if you work out, you will be able to understand it better, and you will also be able to explain yourself in the exam. You don't have time to calculate what is 20% and how many rounds and all of that.